What's up, America? I'm Daryl.
I'm Aaron.
It's Big Bang Talks Comics. You know the drill. We're
You
back.
do. We are back.
Royal Rumbles this weekend, but we're not going to talk about that right now, are we? You're tempted, aren't you?
A little bit.
We'll talk comics first. We'll get to the Rumble. What do you want to talk about comic-wise first,
Let's just
Aaron?
go the way they're laid out here. We got was that a second or third print?
Third printing. Third printing, Dracula, issue number 1, Universal Monsters, new comic line. If you missed the first and the second, you can get the third printing.
I got 1 and 2.
That's cool. And this is top of the stack reading
This
this
is
week.
definitely top of the stack reading. Ghost Machine one shot. Get in on the universe. Because they're building a whole universe. Jeff John's in charge. I just finished Geiger Ground Zero 1 and 2 like last week. I'm so invested.
Yeah, I'm actually buying 2 of this book, 1 to read, 1 to collect, just for fun. This will have some first appearances.
You getting a foil cover, Daryl?
I don't know. There's a lot of cool variants for this book, and it's $5, $4.99. This thing is packed full. It's a thick book for $4.99.
If you've been reading any of the books and you've seen the back, then you'll see that there's characters that they've kind of touched on, and they throw out a whole timeline, so we kind of get to know some of these characters.
If you want to jump onto a new universe that's actually been around just a little bit, so if you haven't read Geiger, get the trade paperback right here off these shelves behind me, $9.99. It'll bring you all up to speed.
Back there too, right?
Junkyard Joe, but
Junkyard Joe was great.
Geiger's the one that starts it all. But anyway, in case you didn't read this book, jump on now. That sounds like the Ultraverse in the 90s. Jump on now! All right, X-Force 48. Why does this matter? Beast versus Beast. How do we get the old school Avengers Beast back? Well, this is where it begins, supposedly. I'm actually buying this book. I'm excited. Because you don't, what, pre-Avengers Beast? You don't like, or pre-X-Men Beast?
No,
Avengers Beast?
I was like, I wasn't going to buy another book, and Daryl just made me want to
I sold you.
book. He sold me.
Okay, so the story starts here, 48, 49, 50. It's actually kind of built, the whole book is built up to this, but all I know is there's a special guest appearance from Wonder Man in the next issue.
I've been following the events through Wolverine.
Yes, it's Wolverine, Sabretooth War. All right, X-Men number 4, Facsimile, first appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, Magneto. I think this is timed with another book that we're about to talk about in just a few. Facsimiles are on the rise.
We got an indie kind of just tossed in here.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 147, building to number 150, and then a brand new number 1 from your favorite, Aaron. Jason Can't Do No Wrong, Aaron.
Well, of course, right?
Which, by the way, has 4. Oh, man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles launches later this year. I think it's in the summer. You'll want to sign up for that one.
Okay. So
now we're talking Magneto.
Touching on this earlier.
Check out that foil cover.
That foil cover is freaking awesome.
Nice.
I mean, the regular cover is pretty awesome, but that foil cover,
so
man.
You might be thinking, how did Magneto die? Great question. Wasn't that during, what was that storyline?
That Gala thing? Or was it before that? Oh, it was before that. Yeah,
It was when the Avengers and the
X-Men Red thing started out.
Yeah, so Magneto died. Did we think he was going to stay dead?
Heck no.
No, but how is he resurrected? You got to read this book.
Did we even want him to stay dead?
No, we don't. I watched X-Men 1 the other day. I was like, man, this movie's a little better than I remember it. So Spider-Woman, the gang war continues. Where is her missing child? That's one of the key plot threads in that book.
Is this like... Oh, it's number 3. I guess I should have been...
1 and 2. 1 and 2.
Guess I should have stuck on more. I caught a little bit of that storyline and I was intrigued, but I just didn't pick up more. I'm a little behind on this book. I'm actually
Hickman.
2 issues behind, but I mean, from what I've read was really interesting. I'm not familiar with this guy.
Yeah.
Really. He might be brand new. I don't know.
I think they're brand new.
Yeah.
All I know
it was
it's Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, it's good. That's why I've stuck with reading it. It's just...
Hickman's like Grant Morrison, but a little more easier to read.
Mm-hmm.
Easier to read.
Immortal Thor. This has been a great book. I love the little throwback to the old style of Thor.
Mm-hmm. This is his first journey into mystery, so this issue should be really good.
Yeah, it's going to have some kind of old school story with him and Loki. A lot of this is centered around the relationship of him and Loki, and it's weird because it's like Loki turned on him, but he was kind of still with him. It's like almost like he's trying to teach Thor something, which is... There's a familiar but different relationship between the two in the story. That's why I've been really invested in this.
I like it. Sounds cool.
Top of the stack reading. Grand Admiral Thrawn alliances. What's interesting about this, for those of you that watch the Ahsoka show, he made reference to knowing Ahsoka's master. Well, here is the story, apparently, where
Ooh.
Anakin and Thrawn
Holy
know
cow.
each other.
Okay, I've got to read this.
Yeah, isn't that's why
Darth Vader's in here.
He's familiar with Anakin, and he was familiar with Darth Vader. So this is going to explain what's up with that.
All right, you just sold me. I got to read it.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, warning, $5.99, but probably worth every dollar.
Probably. Okay.
Oversized book as well. All right, DC.
You see who's back? You see who's back?
Oh, Automatopoeia.
Yeah.
No way.
Very end of the last issue.
And you got Phil Hester back on art, a classic.
Oh,
Green
yeah.
Arrow, which met him at the Owensboro Toy and Comic Convention.
There was actually a few issues that used different artists throughout the years of Green Arrow. So I thought that was, especially when he's going through time.
Is Mike Grell in there?
I don't think Mike Grell was in there, but there was Phil Hester and a few others.
That's cool.
I gotta think. Not Andre Sorrentino either, but
Automatopoeia, though.
yeah, I know. Pretty cool.
All he has to do is go smush and something smushes.
Yes.
Titans Beast World number 5. This is the end of the mini. Dr. Hate.
Yes. We're finally, hopefully, going to get the reveal of who Dr.
Hate is.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I picked up this one.
Have you caught up yet?
No, I'm gonna read it all at once. I'm gonna binge this thing.
Things aren't going great for Beast Boy, I know that.
I'm gonna binge this thing.
Things aren't really going great for anybody. Everybody's almost turned into something. Donna Troy is the only reason that Beast Boy's transformation hasn't destroyed the whole dang planet.
Hey, that's cool, Donna Troy.
I know. I'll tell you what I love about this is if you, especially if, like us, we grew up with those characters. So now we're actually getting to see them take center stage and like call the shots and save the day and actually telling the Justice Leaguers what to do. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Star City. This is not one that I've been picking up, although I'm tempted because it's
a
Green
one-shot?
Arrow. Yeah, I mean,
It ties into the Beast World story.
we've got Connor. It's plus the Green Arrow universe has been quite interesting. He just made it back.
Yep.
He's got automatopoeias on his behind, and interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and jump to this because this one's kind of
Detective
special.
Comics number 1000. Holy cow, 1081.
So he's
One-
hanged.
Yeah, 1080.
Actually, the mother turned on the son of Orgum,
Okay.
taking him. I mean, this woman is just vicious. She tells her son about how she killed his father right as she kills him. Batman's already like Catwoman and Gordon managed to get Batman out of there,
Dang.
but he is still like not with it. So they turn him over to Talia. Talia's supposed to take him somewhere to hopefully get his mind and spirit cleansed to where he can get back to Batman. What's cool about this story is, man, they have really pushed Batman to the edge, and I like it.
So Batman gets hanged and Superman's in the Wild West. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and even Two-Face was there to help them out. Like, the
course he
villains
was.
actually came to help Batman because they would rather deal with Batman than this crew.
That says a lot. Okay. Flash.
This is a big deal.
Yes, the first appearance or the first meeting of Silver Age Flash and Golden Age Flash.
This is also where the multiverse first appeared.
Yes, yes.
Everything, I mean, if
Flash number 123.
if you've read any of the Grant Morrison stuff and you're like, what? It actually all started with this.
Is this Carmine Infantino?
Yes, it is.
Dang it.
And Carrie Bates, I believe, right?
I can't remember.
Should be
It's
Carrie
been so
Bates.
long. I can't remember who does these books.
I know Carmen was in.
It's
on
got to
this.
be Infantino. It has to be.
Absolutely.
I don't even know if they even did they give credits to
I
the
don't think they
writers?
did back then.
Ah,
It
they
doesn't-
didn't.
It's
Wow.
a shame. I'm telling you, it's. I'm not 100%, but I'm 90% sure it's Carrie Bates and Carmen Infantino. If not, then it's just Carmen Infantino.
Yeah. Anyway, either way, this is a cool facsimile that you should own in your collection.
I'm
wise decision. I actually meant I got New Teen Titans the other day and Batman Beyond.
Speaking of, last but not least,
Flash.
Flash will be top of the stack reading for DC just because, wow, what a story.
And you got Diodato Jr. on the art is solid. It's
Cy Spurrier, Diodato Jr. Also, Cy Spurrier is writing Hellblazer, which we forgot to cover in last week's, which you didn't see anyway.
but you're going to see.
going to see
This
it.
is going to be launched at the same time.
It's a double episode.
But you didn't know that till just now.
I just told you.
Dang.
Spoiler alert.
So, all right, so that's comics for this week. Don't miss Ghost Machine. Jump on it. Grab it while you can. All right, Aaron, as we close, who's winning the Rumble? For those of you that are wrestling fans,
Tell me if I'm telling lies.
CM Punk is going to win the Rumble. If he doesn't,
It'll probably be Cody.
Cody
again.
Rhodes.
There's other people I would
my
like.
number
AJ.
three. My number 3 is Gunther, but I think Chad Gable and Gunther are going to go one more round at WrestleMania.
I think it's time for Gunther to lose the belt. I think it's time for Roman to lose the belt. Looks like Seth is going to lose it whether he wants to or not.
Yeah,
that's real sad.
He says he's going to make it in time. I don't know. We'll see.
I hope so, because to me, I'm a big Seth Rollins fan too. Whatever their beef is, in real life, whatever. This is the biggest match of Seth Rollins' career. You can love CM Punk, you can hate CM Punk. It really doesn't matter. The man has his place in wrestling history because he's great on the mic. He puts butts in seats, and people pay attention when they talk. Even if you hate him, it still shows that he is one of the best of all time. So Seth and CM Punk, that's the match. That as much as I'm a fan of seeing Cody finish the story, the match is CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
And you can't blame Jinder Mahal for this injury, by the way.
No, you can't. You could blame Jinder Mahal for just not being any good at his job, though.
Well, I don't...
This has nothing to do with the Seth match. I watched the Rock bit.
Yeah.
And it just bothered me that while the Rock had the crowd just on Jinder, he had no reaction to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
He should, and as many years as he's been in the business, he shouldn't need a noob, a mark like me, to tell him, you need to react to those people. If they're yelling at you and calling you names and stuff, you take off your jacket and you throw it down. What was that? This is why you've only been the champ one time, and you'll probably never see that title again.
All I know is
there was something The Rock said I think was real when he said it, because he said something about you got no cojones, we'll say.
All I know...
And that he doesn't.
All I know is you tell the audience the story. Don't let the audience always tell you the story, but sometimes there's a happy blend there. So
the thing is, in the professional wrestling business, it's all about being able to flow with the crowd and kind of can control it. And you had nobody better than The Rock in the ring. The Rock did all the work for you, and you did nothing.
He's not wrong. Well, hey, we'll see what happens this Saturday. Punk or Cody Rhodes, and he's going to finish the story. And if he doesn't, then everybody riots. I'm Daryl.
I'm Aaron.
Don't forget, as always,
we got him. Tell me if I'm telling lies.
It makes me think of Shawn Michaels' Tell Me a Lie. Look it up.